Some of these numbers will tell a story of, what is going to be a pretty difficult negotiation for us as a country. Because look at this. If you look at all the bailouts that we've received from the IMF since 1999, this is the Fourth Republic in the last 30 years, right? It comes down to a total of $1.96 billion. That's everything that the IMF has given us since 1999. In 1999, we went for 303 million. The last time we went, in 2015, that was a $900 million we got. If you put all that together, in 30 years, the IMF has only given us $1.96 billion. In the scheme of things, that's a mighty drop, right? But we go to the IMF for this because mostly it's beyond how much we get. The credibility they give us, the validation they give us, the fact that they almost all of a sudden overnight, it makes us credit worthy again. So we can go back and borrow on the Eurobond market. Now we are shut out from the market. So there's more to what the IMF brings to us than this amount. But I want you to keep your eye on this amount because it's important. In the monetary terms, 1.96 billion total amount of money we've gotten from the IMF since 1999 in 30 years. Why is that number important? If you compare to this, then the number becomes a bit more interesting. Because as I've said, from 1999 to 2015, the four programs that we've gone to the IMF for, all totaled just 1.96 billion. Do you know how much we got in 2020 from the IMF for COVID support alone? That's the number here, 2.4 billion in 1 year. 2.4 billion. That is almost twice as much as we got in 30 years from the IMF. So it begs the question, what did we use the $2.4 billion for? Because after we've received this amount, we return to the IMF. Now, you remember that we got this amount from the IMF and the other supports that had come in from the World Bank, and the World Bank country director has spoken about this extensively, that they give us some money, right? IMF give us some money, other international partners give us some money, all amounting to this. So we got a lot of money, 2.4 billion. I mean, and the IMF giving us 1.96 billion. And if you look at this is the source of this, IMF SDR calculations and then finance statements. That's where we got this amount from. That's the source of this. So the question needs to be asked, do you know how much you are asking the IMF for? According to the information minister, we are expecting something, the upper limit of $3 billion, right? But in 2020, because of COVID, we got this support, IMF, World Bank, others, 2.34 billion. So this couldn't solve our problem. Will 3 billion, assume we get that money, would it change anything? What would it change?